Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're checking out 40 facts about the Czech Republic. So recently I just did a reaction to geography now about Czech Republic. So let's find out some facts today that maybe wasn't in this. This is 40 facts, so let's get right into it for today. Let's go.
This is our world. This is Europe and this is Czech Republic. You may think, what's so interesting about this tiny, unimportant country? But you know what? Give it a chance, as it is easily one of the most amazing countries in Europe. These are 40 facts.
Let's go. I'm kind of excited for this.
Many people still call this land Czechoslovakia, as both Czechia and Slovakia used to be one country, until the year 1993, when they split apart. For the reason why we need to roll back 500 years. At that time,
okay, we're going all the way back.
This land was called Bohemia. And since 1526, it was ruled by Habsburgs. That was an Austro-German dynasty. Yes, this guy even at one point forced Czechs to speak German for 200 years. But Czechs were brave and educated enough to defend their culture and language. This rule lasted for almost 4 centuries, until the end of the First World War. That was followed by the break of Austro-Hungarian Empire, which led to the foundation of Czechoslovakia. This new country was prospering and industry was booming until the Second World War. Because of Czechia's proximity to Germany, it had no chance to defend itself. It was invaded by Germans and became a protectorate of the Greater German Empire. Meanwhile, Slovakia was partly occupied by Hungary and induced by Hitler to proclaim its independence. After the brutal Nazi occupation, Czechoslovakia's fate fell into the hands of the Soviet Union. A communist coup in February 1948 gave power to the Communist Party, and Czechoslovakia became part of the Soviet bloc. It lasted until 1989 and the Velvet Revolution, probably the most important event in the modern history of Czechia and Slovakia. Democracy was introduced and the Western direction prevailed. Following that, 4 years later, both countries peacefully split. And here we are today. As of these days, Czechia is bordered by Poland in the north, Slovakia in the east, Austria in the south, and Germany in the west.
So it's matched between all those different countries. It's quite interesting.
Czechs are well known for many things, but the most important is beer. And they take it really seriously. So much.
I mean, to be fair, you can't beat a good beer, can you guys?
That they consume the most beer in the world by far.
Okay, that's a massive
liters
difference.
Of beer per year. But that includes both children and elderly people.
Children?
So in reality, average adult must consume even more. In many places, beer is actually cheaper than water or any non-alcoholic beverage. Besides beer, they are known for being largely religious. In the heart of Christian Europe, only 12% of people in Czechia identify as Catholic or Christian. 57% of people have no religion and 30%...
See, I probably relate to... I'm not really religious either, so I can probably relate to the Czech Republic on this one.
Don't want to answer.
I'm surprised it's so high, though.
You can find a church literally everywhere.
Yeah,
even the smallest
that's what I was kind of
villages
thinking.
have churches and chapels. Following its long medieval history, this country is also packed with castles. It has one of the highest numbers of castles in the world. Lovers of history would be in paradise here. In fact, the largest castle complex in the world is located in the capital city of Prague. The Prague Castle is also the residence of the president. Speaking of president, this is him. Peter Pavel is the current president of Czech Republic. And this is what the former one looked like. I must say, Czechia is making progress here. Zooming out a bit, Czechia is divided into 3 main historical regions. Bohemia in the north and west, Moravia in the south, and the smallest one, Silesia, in the far east.
I like the name of that.
They may differ in some culture traditions. However, in these days, there are no huge differences overall. All of these people speak Czech. Although there are dialects in some regions, they differ only in few words. The language itself is very unique, and it is one of the hardest in the world. The Czech language is comprised of over 250,000 words.
Oh yeah, look at these words. Prominate Promenade. This is very hard to speak, as you can just see. Look at that.
Which is more than Russian, French,
Very
or
confusing.
Arabic. Czech is also the only language in the world using the letter R, which even many Czechs struggle to pronounce properly. Czechs and Slovaks understand each other without a problem, as both languages are part of the Slavic language group and are very similar. Yes, Czechs are part of the ethnic group called Slavs, or Slavic people, and most of them are proud of that. Even though the living standard is getting closer and closer to the West, the Eastern influence and lifestyle are still present everywhere. This is what a typical Czech city looks like. A lot of people there live in the blocks, which are the remainder of Soviet architecture. This is
We have a lot of tower blocks in the United Kingdom as well.
what a typical Czech looks like in the village, in the city, and in the pub. If he
In the
gets
pub.
hungry, he would go for svíčková, knedlové přezelo,
Oh, that does look
or
good.
fried cheese.
Fried
as
cheese?
These are the traditional and
I
most
mean,
commonly
it does look good,
consumed
actually.
dishes.
I'm down for
Besides
some fried
around
cheese.
10 million Czech people that live there. You can meet a lot of Slovaks who are usually studying in Czechia and Ukrainians, especially after the Russian invasion.
That
Another
makes sense.
large minority is Vietnamese. It is estimated that
I heard
around
about that in the
60
Geography
to
Now video.
90,000 of them live
A bit
there.
surprising.
They came there as part of the Mutual Work Agreement during the communist times. In Czechia, they can make good money, as this country's GDP is currently 46 in the world, which is average in Europe, but pretty good on the global scale. The average salary is around $700.
That's
and
pretty
the
good,
average
actually.
price of lunch in the restaurant is $6 to $10.
That's a
as
good
of
price
today.
too for lunch.
The local currency is the Czech crown. For $1, you can get around 23 crowns. Money is important, but to enjoy them, you need to be happy. And it seems that Czechs are exceptionally happy. In the World Happiness Index, they ranked in the 18th place.
That's
One
really
of the
high.
reasons could
Out
be
in the world,
fact
yeah.
that they live in the 12th most peaceful country in the world. Their democracy is, according to the Economist Democracy Index, 26th best in the world. And in the Freedom Index, they ended up in the decent 30th place. A big advantage for Czechia is its membership in both the European Union and NATO. We can see that Czech Republic lies in the mild climate, which makes the 4 annual seasons, snowy winters and hot summers. With its 78,000 square kilometers, it's the 115th largest country in the world. Most of its land is covered by lowlands with small hills. Meanwhile, mountains are primarily on its borders. And
I mean, 115th largest country in the world, so it's kind of small compared to a lot of other countries then, I guess.
they are quite small. The highest peak is only 1600 meter high. Another fun fact about Czechs is their love for mushroom hunting.
I've
Due
heard
to
about
the
this in the other
abundance
video
of
too.
Mild forests. More than
I'm not the biggest
70%
fan of
the
mushrooms, to be
population
fair,
heads
but
out to
seems
pick
like a cool thing
mushrooms
to
at
go and do,
least
though.
once a year. This country and its forests are so safe that there is practically no danger. There is only one poisonous snake, whose poison can barely kill you.
I hate
there are
I
practically
hate
no
snakes.
bears, wolves, or any dangerous animals. Czechs also love sport. They are excellent at ice hockey. Many players play in the NHL. The most famous of them all is Jaromír Jágr. Football is probably the most popular sport, as you can
Same
find
as the
it
UK.
everywhere in every village. And Czech women are especially good at playing tennis. Other famous people who were born in Czechia include writers such as Milan Kundera, Franz Kafka, and Pablo Neruda. Or
I'm not sure who
scientist
these people
Gregor
are.
Mendel. The Czech Republic
In my opinion, like, I
also
don't know them, it don't mean
contributed
they're
to
not
the
big or
world with
anything,
its
but
discoveries.
I'm just not aware.
Among those are soft contact lenses,
Ooh.
blood type groups, polarography, lightning rods, Semtex explosives, or
Semtex?
sugar cubes.
Oh, I love sugar
Czechia
cubes.
is home to the Skoda automobile brand and many beer brands including Pilsner Urquell,
I didn't know Skoda was from the Czech Republic. That's a massive car brand.
Kozel, or Budweiser Budvar.
Oh,
Czech
oh,
Republic
Budweiser.
was home to very famous music composer named Antonín Dvořák. The fun fact is that his musical composition was the first to ever be played on the surface
Oh,
of
I've
the
heard it.
moon.
I didn't know his
It's
name,
called
though.
The New World Symphony.
Yeah, this is very iconic.
If you plan to visit the Czech Republic, these are some of its most popular cities. Prague is a must visit.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's where I want to go the most, I'd say.
But you shouldn't miss out on Brno, Český Krumlov, Olomouc, Kutná Hora, Karlovy Vary, and even more cities to truly dive into Czech authentic culture. What you must know is their flag. The white represents peace and honesty. The red represents courage and hardiness in war. And the blue triangle represents three pillars of justice, truth, and loyalty. Czechs sometimes joke that the white is at the top, as is the white foam on the beer, which could actually help you remember the colors of the flag.
That's quite funny, I like that.
With the flag comes the anthem, which sounds like this.
I always like hearing national anthems as well.
And both together create the Czech Republic. If you would like to learn more about our world, I recommend you to continue to this video next. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay guys, make sure you go subscribe to Globe Addict David. This was an excellent video. I learned a lot about the Czech Republic, about famous people who come from there, the inventions, the sugar cube, and of course Skoda. I didn't know Skoda was from the Czech Republic, a massive car brand, about the culture, the different places, obviously Czechoslovakia, and then they're the split up. Obviously everyone kind of knows that back in the day it used to be called Czechoslovakia, but it was cool to go a bit more in depth about the history. They used to speak German. Just a lot of very interesting things about the sport, the famous athletes that come from Czech Republic. If you guys want more reaction videos like this, let me know. But either way, I really enjoyed this video and I highly suggest go subscribe to Globe Addict David. Great video.